Hi everybody, it's Lisa and I'm back, and I wanted to talk to you today about the corporate hiring process. In the course of my coaching practice, I discovered that many of you as teachers have never been through the corporate hiring process. So I wanted to give you an overview of what that could look like. It is going to be different for each company, but I'm going to walk you through the basic steps from the interviews all the way through your new employee orientation. They call that NEO, for those of you who don't know. So when it comes to the corporate hiring process, you typically have about three interviews. So of course you have the interview with the recruiter, an interview with the hiring manager, and then typically after that, you will have an interview with the hiring manager and other people who could be potentially be your co-workers, or you have an interview with the hiring manager and different managers that you will, most likely have some type of contact with in your position. So typically you have about 3 interviews. That's very normal. I would suggest that if you make it to the second round of interviews, you get really clear about their process, like how many interviews, before they can expect to make a decision. The reason why I would suggest that you do this is because I'm hearing more and more where companies are dragging this process out, where they're having people interview over the course of, 2 or 3 months. And they're doing, they have people doing 5, 6, 7, 8 interviews. So from my perspective, being a staffing manager, I have seen that happen before. Behind the scenes, what's typically happening is there are budget issues and they're not quite sure whether they're going to have the money for the, for the position. The company is being sold, or they're just not really sure. The managers are so new, or they have, for lack of a better way to put it, I'm just going to say it. The managers have issues. They can't make a decision, and they just keep dragging you through this process. That is not where you want to be. So if you find out that you're going to be, involved with, 5, 6, 7 interviews, please be very clear and understand for yourself, the need for that many interviews, because typically when they are doing that, they are behind the scenes and something is not right in the universe. And I would hate for you to be involved with a company where they're not even sure that they're going to have the money to pay you. So just, some tips from the trenches, from somebody who's, did this in the past. That is one of the things that happens often. So after you have your interviews and they offer you the job, what happens is the recruiter will call you back and they will say something like, hey, Lisa, I have some really good news for you. We love you. We'd like to offer you a position, and we'd like to start you off at $10,000 a year or whatever, right? And then at that point, and I'm not going to get into negotiation because, guys, that's a whole couple of classes. But at that point, what I want you to say is how excited you are about the opportunity, how you can't wait to be a part of the team. One of the things that you want to do, because you are so excited, is you want to just take 24 hours to discuss it with your significant other, even if that significant other is your cat or your dog, right? But what you're going to do is you're going to put off saying yes immediately to really give yourself a chance to kind of step back, think about what they are. Even if they offered you more than what you thought you wanted, take a step back and just take that 24 hours to think about the offer and if it's really what you want, right? If it's lower than what you want and you're feeling uncomfortable with that, I still want you to express your excitement for the job. And this just happened to me, guys. I just got hired and they offered me such a low amount of money. I was just shocked. But you know what I said? I said, oh my God, the person's name, I am so excited about the offer, about working with the team. I think I'd be a great fit. I know I can really help you guys, with what you have upcoming. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to just take a second, step back, and talk to my husband about the offer. And then if it's all right, I'd like to get back with you, tomorrow and I asked her what's a good time to reach out to her. And that's what I did. But of course, when I circled back, I had a whole, I had a whole strategy for negotiating my salary, which I did. So that's your move. They offer you the job with the salary. You take 24 hours to think about it, but you always express excitement and just how amazing you think the offer is. And then you go away, you get it together, and then you come back and you negotiate your salary. After you guys agree on that, they'll send you an email, typically with an offer letter with the details of your offer outlined. You sign that letter, you send it back to them, and then you start getting the emails. Now, some companies, oh my God, some companies are going to send you like 25 emails of all this different stuff that they want you to do, background check, drug screen, signing up for this thing or that thing. That's totally normal. Get your coffee, get your tea, get your, bottled water, your Coke with ice, whatever it is. And you just take your time and you just work through that process. Other companies are like, hey, we don't need to do all that. You signed your offer letter. Here's your start date. We expect you to be in new employee orientation, next week on Monday or whatever. So you can expect that as well. What else am I missing? And guys, I have notes here, so I'm cheating as I think about this. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to share this. So this is a little bit not necessarily in line with the topic of, an overview of the process, but I need to tell you this so you don't forget to do it. Please follow up with everybody that you interviewed with, from the recruiter to the other managers, and thank them for the opportunity, and try to make that thank you as tailored to the conversation, the last conversation you had with them as possible. Really quickly, so in my case, my last interview, I interviewed with the director, the hiring manager, and then two managers from two different departments, the instructional design manager and the training manager on the other side of the company's processes. And so I wrote them letters and I just said, hey, instructional design manager, thank you so much for taking the time to interview me. I appreciate it. I heard what you said about my PowerPoint presentation, and I just want you to know that when I come on board, I'm going to be leaning on you to learn those valuable little tips, right? So I kind of made the letter, or I tailored the letter to a comment that he made about my PowerPoint when I gave my PowerPoint presentation. So that's the kind of thing that you want to do, because when you go into the role, part of your job now, this is your first corporate job, you need to start building your professional network. So don't let these little opportunities slip by. Like, those are the people that you can get your foot in the door, and then, get your leg in the door, and then get half your body in the door. Like, you really want to start building relationships with people. And it starts with the little things, and it just kind of builds and blossoms from there. So I think that's it. From here, from new employee orientation, that, I work from home 100%. So my new employee orientation is going to be on, Microsoft Teams. Yours might be you going into an office. Either way, you're going to go in, they're going to familiarize you with your benefits, with the company culture, And then your job is to really take all that in. I want to see guys from you. I want to see announcements from you when you get your jobs on LinkedIn that hey, I just got this job. I'm so excited. So please do that, just to show that you're engaged. I want you to get on that company page and start familiarizing yourself with what the company is doing. And at this point, I'm going to stop talking because I'll just keep thinking of stuff that I want you to do. And that is not the purpose of this video. I just wanted to give you kind of an overview of what the hiring process typically looks like in the corporate space. Guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can reach me at info at recruiterreadycareerservices.com, or you can reach out to me on my personal Gmail, which is recruiterreadycareerservices@gmail.com. So either way, if you have questions or comments, please feel free to send them there. Just know that you are loved and cared for, and I am looking forward to seeing you all in next week's email. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.